Yummy hot honey bagels. All right, we have things to do today. Starting my music. I had this mouse. I see what it is. I've worn off like the grip, like texture on the side of the mouse. I've just used it for so long. A new mouse type. Okay, let's turn down the music a little bit. So, we have daily games to play while I eat my hot honey bagels. I woke up a little bit later today. I don't know if you can tell because the stream's like 30 minutes later than normal. But alas, here we are. Let's start with the Spellify. It's kind of the hardest game. Let's save it for last. Guys, I wonder between Commandeer or Conjurer's Band, which one's more played in Commander? White Plume. Broken. Dryad's Revival or Iguana Parrot? Dryad's Revival. Okay. I still think it's Sigiled Starfish. Oh, wow, really? That's really middling card, though. I still Sigiled Starfish, but, like, weird. Cat deck is cool. We've had a cat deck on stream before. I'm a big fan. Probably Junktown. That's crazy to me. I think this card's like okay. I think Junktown's really good. Whoa. Resters. That's Coastal Piracy. Persist Creature. This is really mid. I could see that one going either way. Pretzel. Oh, but with a bottle of beer. Yeah. Ham and cheese panini or BBQ chicken nachos. I'd rather have the chicken nachos. I don't care, they're more expensive. 8. Oh my god, not. That's concrete. That's concrete. Bratwurst with bread and mustard or chicken curry chip buddy. Yeah, we're gonna go pork belly here. Sausage, bread, and pickle. That looks like a really good hot dog, though. That's just a very nice looking hot dog. Yes, I have seen that guy. What do you think to have? Chicken flatbread. Come on. Don't insult my intelligence, Scrandle. 64 pints or 4 chicken tenders. Oh! That's getting screen capped. I'm going with the 64 pints here. 500 cigarettes. All right, and this is loaded. Double bacon cheeseburger. Call me crazy. That looks like a single bacon. You get double patty, I guess. Loaded fries. Oh! A perfect Grandler. Peerless Granner. All right. Flash. If you... Hyphened name. Legendary creature. If you. This has to be if you, right? What are fucking blue legends with hyphens in their name? I got this without any letters. I typically get them without any letters. It has Flash. I can think of Teferi, but Teferi doesn't have a hyphen in his name. This has to be Flash. Maybe I'm an idiot. But there's like no reminder text for it. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm eating a hot honey bagel. My wires are getting flooded with carbs. Creature. Blue spells cost no less to cast for each one less to cast for each creature. Your weird. I know, we're listening to Justice, pal. That fire alarm. This spell costs one less to cast. For each creature your opponents control. When this creature enters, you Oh, what's the name of this card? It's like 10 in a green. Or like 9 in a green. Yeah, look, it's giant power toughness. Oh, this is Ancient Stone Idol. No, it isn't. OLEM. So yeah, no, it's not Ancient Stone Idol. Doesn't have flash, too. And that'd be for each attacking creature. Okay, so we're fine there. Not Ancient Stone Idol, but it's the other one. It's something primordial, right? Yeah, Primeval Protector. I didn't know the card's name. I knew it was 10 in a green, 10/10. Big stupid idiot. But yeah, I would never have gotten this without the person in YouTube chat who typed it. At least not in one. We don't have a new crossword, right? Yep, we're good. Okay. So, we have deck reviews to do, huh? And I'm done with my bagel, so. Do you have Zerial here? Yes, I am on Twitch. I mention it in every single one of my videos. Zerial's here. Okay, great. Oops, that's not how we do this. All right. All right, here we go. Let's read the blurb for this Breya deck. It's me again, the vehicle man. Remember the Azorius Shorikai vehicle reanimator? I decided that 2 colors weren't enough. I first added black and now red, so now we're on Breya for some shenanigans. The deck operates similarly as the old Azorius list. Storm the board with artifacts, preferably vehicles, then proceed to run everyone over at the table. Now with the changes you proposed to the Azorius and the changes for the 2 or over 3, now 4 colors, I tried to make the list run more smoothly, adding more repeatable animation, a touch of mill, more vehicle enablers, and of course some black and red vehicle goodness. Win cons are battle focused, with Reaver Titan, Parhelion, and Constructs at the helm, but there's many shenanigans to be had, with continuously sacrificing reanimating Portal to Phyrexia to keep boards clean. I'd like to avoid old border cards budget, maybe $100. I already spent too much. Admittedly, I fear I'm a little stuck on the blue-white side of things, and I'm scratching the surface of what red-black can do with the deck. Even more still, I feel weird about the selection of game changers. Align tutors on point, but the other tutor are just generic good stuff. Yeah, we can literally start by just cutting Psych Rift if you want, like Smothering Tithe too. They're good. Anyway, we're a Reanimator deck. Faithless Looting. There's like one card that's adjacent to it, and that's Frantic Search. Discarding's important. Also, you don't need 3 game changers. You don't need 3 game changers. Like, I have many decks that are bracket 3 that just don't run the max amount of game changers, and that's not me being some weird hipster, just like, I don't want to play with them. And it still goes fine. Once again, allow me to drill this into you. I really don't like Ethereum Sculptor in this deck. And the reason is unless you're casting multiple artifacts in the same turn with regularity, this is not better than a rock. In fact, it's worse than a rock in a lot of ways. How many times are you going cast an artifact, cast an artifact, cast an artifact? Where I love Ethereum Sculptor is like Urza or like a Future Sight deck where you're casting Cheerios off the top, right? And then this makes 1 drops into 0 drops. Like, I don't know if I'm here for Ethereum Sculptor. Cynical Loner's cool in a vehicle deck, especially one that wants to reanimate. I do multicast. Okay, let's see it. Let's play test the deck. I'm going to run Ethereum Sculptor, and we're going to see how many times we double spell artifacts in this deck. Well, I wish I played a Surveil land now. Tori. I guess we would have drawn a card from Esper Sentinel there. Hooray! Okay, so here we are. Turn 7, first attack with Parhelion. Cast a historic spell. Okay, so what turn this game did we cast 2 artifacts? Here, maybe it's just a fluke game, you know? Maybe it's just a fluke game. Yeah, I'm more worried about getting Parhelion in play with regularity than casting a bunch of artifacts. I'm just locking it in. Not a big fan of the reducers. I don't even know if I'm a fan of Urza, or Liberator, rather. Like, there's some cool things it can do, but mostly it's just like flashing in an artifact's fine. I'd rather them have haste. All right. Refurbish. Or, well, you know what's better is actually tune up, right? Better and worse in some regards. Non-negotiable addition to this deck, by the way. Nexus of Becoming. Begin combat on your turn. You draw a card. Then you may exile an artifact or creature card from your hand. If you do, you create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 3/3 golem artifact creature in addition to its other types. So 6 mana, draw a card, exile Parhelion from my hand. It's a flying, first striking, vigilant 3/3 that makes 2 4/4s when it attacks. Very good for vehicle decks. I'm gonna say no, once again, Crystal Skull. We're not really spamming artifacts at the top. It's like just a draw here and there, which isn't like the best. Hmm. I'm kind of vibing with the rest of this, though. Yeah, it works with the legendary cards as well. The thing is that future side effects are only really good, in my opinion, when you're able to go spell, 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 spell off of them. Here's what your curve is. Like, you're hitting 4 drops and up very frequently. If your deck was all mana value 3 or less, I'd go, hell yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Cost reducers, right? Future side effects, let's go all the way. I don't think it's worth just a card draw here and there. You're a reanimator deck. We need to be focusing 100% on reanimating Parhelion as consistently as possible. Or, you know, Reaver Titan or whatever. Giant monster. Okay. So, I'm actually going to take... no, Emery's so good sometimes, though. It's tough. Maybe it's Zerda. Yeah. Okay, so we have 4 slots to play with. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Number 1. Let's do like a... Gosh, it's hard, actually. So we're Artifact Vehicle Reanimator. We already have Tune-Up. You could do Trash for Treasure kind of effects, but we're at 32 artifacts, which makes them rather inconsistent. Rice Quinn, thank you so much for getting a deck review for next week. Let's do Lively Dirge. I think that's a good start. One black. Search your library for a card, put in your graveyard, then shuffle. Parhelion 2, Great Entombed. Or you can return a 4-drop creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Or for 5 mana, you can tutor and put 1 into play. Witch Enchanter, Urza, Teshar. You know. Bitter Triumph. Another kind of discard spell. Kill spell. I don't like the idea of mass reanimate vehicles, because that's not happening till turn 7, in which case, eh. Two more slots left to play with. I think let's try to get more artifact reanimation. Permanent. Graveyard. Battlefield. Sort MV. Yeah, they're very careful about printing reanimation effects that are really broken, aren't they? IR could be fun. Cosima's not in the deck. And Cosima wants to do a very different thing than just vehicles, you know? It's all just gonna be 3 or less stuff, isn't it? If only. In your fucking dreams, you're getting 4 white. Is Obsidat's Aid fast enough? Let's do it. Not my favorite. And it is easy to come by. It's just you need a lot more like dorky artifacts kicking around. Like if you cut an island, cut a plains, ancient den, seat of the synod. Probably Inventor's Fair out. Sorry. It's a cool card. It's just colorless sucks in this deck with 4-color commander and etc. And instead do what's the spread? Yeah, do the one of the indestructible artifact land bridges. Razor Tide. And now you can run like Duretti. I think Duretti's worthwhile. Discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards, so discard outlet, and then sacrifice outlet for a cheap artifact that then returns a giant artifact. Alright, Invasion of Tulvada. This card doesn't exist. Non-battle permanent card. Oh yeah, that works. That's better. Alright. Yeah, there's a Living Death effect, but that one isn't also a discard outlet. One artifact. Yeah. A little clunky. Did not like the feel of Thought Monitor there. Let's do like Nautiloid ship. I think this is a classic instance of like too many support cards, not enough of what you actually want. Like I'm gonna cut Urza. Onric here's fine. Tashar, you know, we only have so many hits for Tashar. If our commander was 3 mana value, I'd consider it more heavily. Alibu. Once again, I think just too much setup. Alright. So we have 4 more slots to play with, and let's make them vehicles. We're gonna go all the way up here. A vehicle that discards itself? That's something, right? Reaver Titan's already in the deck. I can't run 2 of those. I think it's only creature, yeah. Only creature card, sadly. Let's add Nautiloid ship. Nautiloid? Not Eloid? Steel Seraph's okay. Not a big fan. I'd rather go for something like Padim. Give your artifacts hexproof. Maybe one more rock, like a Talisman of Creativity, probably. Alright, keepable. Black, red, white, blue. No, it is not today. If you got it today, it's not today. Undercity Sewer. Try 2. Bottom, bottom. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Inspirit. Station. Let's get a Simulacrum. Purposing Bay. Being of combat. 2 charge counters or 1+1+1 counter. Let's put 1+1+1 counter on that. Alright. Oh, we would have got another Simulacrum too. Alright. Oh, I think we made that turn. Anyway, whatever. Turn 6, we have a couple constructs. We go 1, 2. Tap. Sack and Spirit. Get not a Lloyd ship so we can get a little motion. Or Weatherlight? I think Weatherlight's better. We're holding up Sink into Stupid. Feels pretty good. Also, lol, another Simulacrum. Sinks into Stupid something. Your farewell. Nice game changer, kid. Think. Up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get Salvation Engine. So we can sack like we're making constructs here, which I kind of like. I think more counter magic's like the last kind of thing. Although you already have a couple. Through 3. I guess you're cheating Salvation Engine. That one feels a little weird. Let's do... maybe like Duelist Heritage. Like once you're making these giant things, we can just like hit people for double. Sucks we don't have green. We could run power doublers. Like Xenagos and stuff instead, but Duelist Heritage is still fine. I think this is good to go. More discard, more reanimates. What can go wrong? That's a lot, but we're getting deck review. All right, next up is Xander. Do we have Xander here? How many top decks have we looked at? Hang on. This is nothing against you. Jake, did you hear what I said? This is our third Toph deck. Which is impressive, because Toph, like, literally kind of just came out. Okay, great. All right, so we have Toph here. Let's read the blurb. It's relatively new. The game plan is largely to beat down opponents with animated lands, open to all suggestions. Working on this, I kept drifting between landfall and artifact. And lands matter strategies, or some cocktail of all the above, and I'd like to try to just focus the list and make it as effective as possible. Okay. So, my honest opinion is, like, we should be focusing on one of these three things. Like, if we had a Mindslaver in here, I'd probably cut it right away. Not a big fan of Chromatic Lantern here. Most of our ramps should probably be land-based. Let's think about that a little bit, right? I like the Ozolith. Phreonic is a little scary. Insofar as, like, I don't know if it's really the best tool for the job here. Especially when Peter Parker's camera is right here, you know? It's a Strionic Resonator for 1, which means you can get with Urza Saga if you really need it. It only has 3 counters on it. You can only use it thrice, but that feels a lot better. And we have Evolution Stage. Like, that kind of works out well. All right, I'm enjoying this, like, interactive package you have going on in these protection spells. Those feel pretty good. Great Henge is a little weird to me. You're only a 22 creature deck, right? So only 22 of your cards draw you cards. That feels a little weird to me. And not in, like, a good way. Akroma's Memorial is funny. I'm just like, we're in Naya. Surely we have some better overrun than Akroma's Memorial. Mycosynth Lattice. So we can Earthbend onto anything. Like, that's kind of funny. It's a little expensive for this, like, lands animate strategy, I feel. As cool as it is to, like, Earthbend onto Titania or something, right? Field Pack, thank you for the tier 1. Boots out. I fail to see what we're doing with Boots. What we want to haste so bad. Arcane Signet. Okay, listen. It's the Avatar Arcane Signet. I'll give it to you. We're fine. Yeah, a few people have done Earthbending Master. About 2. Greaves I'm a little bit more partial to, because we can give, like, animated lands haste. Like, I know Earthbend already gives haste, but for a review, though. Huh? Yeah, what else would we have been talking about? Yes, 2 people before have gotten a deck review for Earthbending Master. What'd you think I meant? 2 people before have built Earthbending Master. Yes, you're correct. On the planet Earth, 2 people before have built Earthbending, ever. I'm not digging the top either. Is Gyre Sage there? I do not see Gyre Sage. I think the Cataclysmic Gearhulk's cute. I don't know if we're really in the mood for that, though. All right. Starting off, I think Jetmir is really good for this deck. I think you're going to be animating a lot of stuff. And therefore, Jetmir is going to farm. Oh my god, this is the cheaper printing? That's crazy. Anyway, get Vigilance. That's actually very important for lands, because it lets you attack with your Earthbend creatures and still tap them for mana. 2, get Trample. Great. 6 or more creatures. That's probably not that hard to do, especially in the late game. Then 9 or more creatures, they get Double Strike. Okay, we're a little bit harder there, but if we run something like Kamal's Will. Right. Till end of turn, any number of lands you control become 1/1 elemental creatures. And then choose target creature to control. Each creature deals damage equal to its power. Then all of these get +4/+0 because of Jetmir. Ultra Boy, man. Thank you for sending your list in chat. However, you do need to do this through the coffee. It keeps things organized. There's a lot of demand for it. Or you can wait around for a free deck review, which are currently turned off at the moment. But they will be back on next week. So yeah, I think Jetmir's cool just because of that Vigilance line of text first, which is something some people have never said about Jetmir. So it's really cool that the Vigilance matters here, you know? What does Sylvan Etiquette say? As long as you control 6 or more lands, this and land creatures you control get +2/+2. Maybe. Maybe. No, I don't think we need a Pathbreaker Ibex. Blossoming Tortoise? Yeah, that could be a good one. Enters or attacks, mill 3 cards and return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Activated abilities of lands you control cost 1 less to activate. Land creatures you control get +1/+1. I'm kind of into that. Also, Evolving Wilds is not that good. Is Fetchland. Yeah, why are we messing around with Evolving Wilds when we already have all those? Let's do this. Oh, we don't have the Simic land. That sucks so bad. We can probably do then like a indestructible land. Let's do. You're mostly green, white. I want to say. Thornglint Bridge. We have 4 more additions to do. Modified. Yeah, you already have Kodama, which I mean, Xenagos would be pretty cool. Maybe Colonian. Attacks, double the counters on it. There's that one stupid enchantment. Invigorating Hot Spring. Then we'll cut a Force for Arena of Glory. How do we get our decks looked at? Read the description of the stream, matriarch. I don't really like ramping on 3. Farseek. Okay. We could do a delirium thing. We do traverse the Uvenwald, shifting woodland, malevolent rumble, again spell. There we go. Malevolent rumble, which mills, and then probably aftermath analyst. At this point, I'm finally fine cutting Arcane Signet. Right, let's give this a whirl. Unkeepable hand, sadly. Just only makes red mana. This is doing a lot better. Let's draw. Jetmir's Garden. Next turn. Sacred Foundry, Ozolith. This turn. Yeah, like here's Greaves. What is Greaves doing for you? It protects Toph. Just play Verdant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Felidar Retreat. Put a counter on each creature you control. All right, pass. And then opponent's turn. After Earthbending would have probably Bountiful Promenade. You then fetch Surveil land. Shadow of a Doubt. Thank you for tier 1 sub. We don't have a Surveil land in the deck. That's so sad. Type Forest. Or that's... Oh, I did O Forest. Type Forest. Or we still don't, but okay. Anyway, fetch. Counter on every creature we control. Turn 6. Counter every creature we control. They gain Vigilance. Okay, maybe I'm a bit underwhelmed by Kamal's Well. So Amiri's Shepherd's funny. It's only really good with planes though. Let's instead do... Yeah, Earthbend doesn't work with bounce lands. It also doesn't work against Terminus. If you Terminus an Earthbending land, it'll go to the bottom of their library. Like it doesn't come back. It's only destroyed if, or exiled. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Roaming Throne here, by the way. That comes up a lot in Modern, actually, with Badgermal Cub in blue-white. Is if you Terminus them, they just go to the bottom of their library. Yeah, Terminus is fucking awesome. It's probably one of my favorite cards. Easily like top 5. Top 3 is very funny for me. And I don't know if I can disrupt the ecosystem for Terminus, sadly. Anyway, 2 more cards need to be added. Ideally, cards that destroy people and kill them and make them sad. Probably Xenagos. Am I crazy? Probably. Probably crazy. I probably shouldn't add that. +1/+1 counter stuff. You could do Cigar to summons. An iconic budget card. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, have flying, and are angels. So you play this, all your earthbended lands that you've been earthbending all game just turn into 4/4 flyers with the counters on them. Ouroboros could also be pretty good. Boroid, save me. Set equals EOE. Oh, counter. Mana value equals 4. Ouroboros. Puts counters on everything every turn. No, there's a U in there, Mr. Lime. All right. This is super keepable. Draw, Exotic Orchard, Soul Ring. Balaged Recovery. Liquid Metal Torque. I like this in here. I do not like Mycosynth Lattice. This is funny. Anyway, here's Traverse the Uvenwald. Now let's get plains. It's more mana efficient to forest right now. Because you get to go 1 to Terra Symbiosis. Hold up. Whatever, like Dawnstruce. 1 white, 1/1. Ink. Earthbend 2. Draw 2 cards. What a cool card. Fabled Passage, 1/2. Nature's Lore, type Forest. Get Stomping Ground. And then we can crack Fabled. All right. Do you have any cube recommendations for my Uni's cube club? I would probably recommend... I love Frank Lepore's Horror Cube. There's a lot of really weird mechanics in there, though. You cannot go wrong with a Pauper Cube, though. Pauper's just very good. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Titania, bring back to Fabled Passage. Like, I don't know. This feels pretty good. Titania is just broken. Also combo lol. All right, this is feeling a lot better. So Garda Summon's probably the most strongest thing. Yeah, deck list is posted right at the end, like right now. Very simple deck, nice strategy. I think patrolling Peacemaker. I tried really hard not to say Pacemaker. is like the one thing I'm like a little bit wary of. There has to be a better proliferate thing. Maybe Cankerbloom? Metastatic. Let's do Metastatic Evangel. I think it would be better. You have it, Evo Sage. Yeah, I'm talking about... I'm not asking what the best proliferation engine is, because it's already in the deck. Yes, you're right. Let's focus our lens here, Mr. Lion, a little bit. I think the not already in the deck was implied. Anyway, thank you for getting a deck review. There's your deck. For some reason, it didn't copy into YouTube chat. I'll fix that now. Hooray! All right, we have Chef. Yeah, I've been recording for all these ones, Erasmus. All right, there does not appear to be a chef about. I will be present at the stream, it says, so I'm gonna move that to the back. All right. Nixilis Jared, let's fucking go! I love this one. Do we have Corey? Okay, we do not have Corey yet. But hopefully late. Oh, Corey is here. Thank God. Thank God. All right, we have Nixilis Unshackled. Oh, yeah. With the Piss Lance. All right. My name's Corey. Okay. Deep breath. Calm down. I like trying to use Ob's search ping to kill my opponents, but I'm lacking in the department to keep him on the field for long enough for this to happen. So if possible, maybe ways to keep him protected and make my opponent search. Other than that, I like the demon and making my opponent sack stuff. To be honest, I rarely win with this deck, and it seems to underperform, but it's my favorite deck, so winning would be nice. Not sure what UB means, Universe is Beyond. But all in, no restrictions. Just want to make sure how this deck... how to make this deck better, even at the cost of my friends and my wallet. Make opponents search and sack so I can feel something. P.S. I have a few cards in the considering section I've been thinking about adding. So, first things first. Really don't like the Lotus here. I would honestly rather Throwing Dynamo is good. We do need to ramp somewhat. I think ramp should be one of your last priorities, though. 35 lands is a fucking war crime, by the way, dude. We're gonna have to fix that one. So, let's get rid of Painful Quandary. It's just kind of here. I'm gonna get rid of anything that just feels like it's kind of here. Yeah, Cage Sun out as well, because we're already casting our commander at that point. That's fun. I'll let you keep it. Ugh. Let's see. I'm probably getting rid of Demon of Loathing. It's just 7 mana for a demon that just, like, needs to hit someone after you cast it. Like, oh my god. I like Archfiend Despite if we can make the Madness cost work. This is fun. It's not good. I like the demon stuff you're trying to do. I just think this demon, high mana demon stuff is going to be conflicting so hard with what you want to be doing with Nixilis. Let's see. Sword Markov's pretty good. I like that it sets up the Ob. Don't like Mirror. I think I'd almost always rather you not be on Dorks and instead be on Rocks. Like, I'm even going to give you a, Wayfarer's Bauble. Yeah, like, can I move you off of Demon's Matter, please? Is that okay? Like, I think we're just trying to do stuff that's too cute. Like, we can have some Demon's Matter stuff, but, like, most of it is, like, yeah, like, Malarin needs to go in. That's happening. And so is the new Lorwyn card. Yeah, that we're going to get to that. Let's start with cuts first. Yeah, whatever works. Okay, great. So, we're starting with cuts always, chat, please. Bells and Lock. Like, this is cute, right? I think we need to move this slightly away from cute and a lot more onto the thing you want to be doing, which is making your opponent's tutor. Like, I'll keep the good demons that are, like, doing some funny stuff. Like, Archfiend of Depravity is pretty decent. Like, Venom Crawler, it's like, Plague Drone is close to being okay. Just random Dread Presence like it's 2016. Oh, it's so cool. I love these kinds of simple cards so much. Is there a certain way you have people sending in listers at random? Read the description of the YouTube stream type. Unless you sacrifice another creature. Like, I can see why your deck wasn't working. No offense. Tabarax. I like Royal Assassin. I like this art the best, though. There we go. I want to like Burnished Heart as a fellow elk. But let's take it out. I like Hunted Horror. Dream Devourer can stay. No, it's cool. I like it. It's just kind of a dead draw late game. But just don't draw in the late game. Easy. Yeah, wow. Diabolic Tutor's a little mid. In Garrick's Wake, Rise. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need Rise, at least. In Garrick's Wake, probably not either. Staff of the Death Magus. Whoa! Wow. This deck makes me nostalgic. Does that make sense? We're not really pinging people or, like, have a lot of small attackers. Like, this deck makes me nostalgic. That's the best way to put it. This is Unk Magic for sure. All right. We have a number of cards in our deck. All right, here's the truth of the matter. I'm going to be cutting. All right. Expedition map. Let's do Cabal Coffers. And we're not going to do Cabal Stronghold or anything. But I would like to keep the deck mostly swamps for Witch's Cottage and also for budgetary reasons. Like, we don't have to worry about buying an Urborg, right? I do want to keep this somewhat budget of an upgrade for you. And then I'd probably add one Malakir Rebirth. This is an expensive card, but it's worth it. So Malakir Rebirth. Choose target creature. When that dies, whatever. But then it's also a land drop if you desperately need one. I like these Feign Death effects, but only with ETB creatures. And we might be adding those. Vasquez Contempt's also just not playable. Murder. Grave Purge is okay. Doomblade. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So, we have Defile already. Let's add Mutilate. We have all swamps. It's kind of just like a free Wrath. And it's not as expensive as Damnation. Right? And once again, I've already said this, new nouns. I'm not adding Cabal Stronghold because I want Witch's Cottage to work. Like, imagine the game where you draw Witch's Cottage, Cabal Coffers, and then it's like, let's just do the Expedition map thing. All right. So, we have Scheming Symmetry, but we need Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin first is a search. That is the next edition. We can cut a couple swamps now. Great news about Field of Ruin. Even though it is not a swamp, it does replace itself with one. And it's a forced search. Now, a lot of people go, oh, but now we need Crucible of Worlds. It's like, no, you're thinking way too hard. Instead, what we're going to do is add Grim Servant. Grim Servant. When this creature enters the battlefield, search your library for a card with mana value less than or equal to your devotion to black. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. You lose 3 life. Your devotion to black's going to be high, but even if you only control this creature in Ob Nixilis, you can get Saw in half. Guess what you can do once you have Saw in half? You can Saw it in half. Now you get 2 Grim Servants. This is 9 life, keep in mind, but you get Scheming Symmetry. Right? Grey Merchant of Asphodel is also very good here. But I think Grey Merchant's eating too much into Ob Nixilis' terrain. Where our life loss is... Like... We want to win with Ob. Guys. So I'm going to recommend Bloodletter. Bloodletter's not budget, but opponent losing twice as much life during your turn. Pretty insane. I think what I will do is I will give you a backup plan Exsanguinate. This is less volatile than Gary, where you're like, you want to tutor it for all the time. But in the games where it's turn 10, it's nice to just have a kill everyone button. All right, now let's add Malaran. This is of the Morn Song. Morn Song? Malaran of the Morn Song. It's $43. I'm so sorry. You have to pay for this. You cannot not run Malaran. Torment is cooler than Exsanguinate. You're just wrong. Tinfoil Slacks, you are mistaken. Twitch, YouTube chat, type 1 if Torment is cooler, type 2 if Exsanguinate's cooler. Anyway, Malaran's in, and then we need to do Malaran... Marilyn, rather. Whoops, I just typed the same exact card. Morn Songs, whatever. Morn Song Aria. Players can't draw cards or gain life. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches the library for a card, and then puts in their hand and shuffle.
Oof.
Okay. So, still have a lot of cards we need to add. Let's get to it. We have Varagoth already in the deck. We have Field of Ruin. We need to offset the life loss. Torment is way more fun. I just disagree. I like the life gain synergy better with Exsanguinate. Exsanguinate's a lot more funny to me because of the life gain synergy. Okay. So. Let's think here. Let's do like a Cryptghast kind of situation. I think Cryptghast is broken as hell. All right. I think we do need some amount of animates. Are there any other forced searches besides Varragoth, Field of Ruin, Scheming Symmetry? Butcher of Malakir? No. Demolition Field? Demolition Field does not force the search. Demolition Field does not force the search. No. No. What it's like. Demo is strip mine then. Also good. No, not entirely the best way to be thinking about it, I think. Varragoth can target them, yes, and Varragoth is already in the deck. That has been mentioned. Varragoth, Scheming Symmetry, and Field of Ruin are already in the deck. What else can we do? Or are these the only 3 cards that force the search? I like the idea of Withering Torment. Feed the Swarm, I'm getting a little bit iffy about. Does Camber first to search for Lorraine if you target an opponent? No, sadly not. So my thought is then we need to instead focus on looping Field of Ruin and stuff. And that's going to probably look like looping Scheming Symmetry in mono black. Interesting. How are we doing this? We could also do land looping, but that one I'm less interested with because I really, really don't like Crucible of Worlds. I'm also just going to cut No Mercy. I'm generally unimpressed with this card. Why not run Recursion for Symmetry that also gets other black cards in a pinch? So I don't know how if you know how black works, but you don't return instants or sorcerers to your hand, at least not easily. There's exactly one card that does it, and it's from like Portal. It's like something Quan. I don't even remember the name. No Witchclaw Talisman? Witchclaw is an interesting idea. It's just like they don't use it. And it only works after your commander's out. Why bobble over 2 mana rocks? Cabal Coffers. How about the Undercity Dungeon? The Undercity Dungeon does it force a search? Or is it May? I think it's May. Initiative. Undercity. Search your library for basic land card, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, the first room of the Undercity does force a search. But like, can you run Mornsong Aria instead of Marlin to save money? Both are in the deck. Both are in the deck. Okay, I like From the Catacombs. It's just a good reanimation spell. That's probably it. Like, I don't like a lot of the rest of these. It's kind of Ghostly Prison. Yeah, exactly. Do you want to pay 10 life while my commander's in play? The answer is probably no. All right, so moving on. This is a Lightning Greaves kind of deck. Lightning Greaves just interacts so well with Varragoth, interacts so well with Nixilis. Normally not a big fan. This is a deck that uses it well, though. Moving on, we can run Kervek. I'll spell it right eventually, guys. You just need to believe me. There's no E's in his name. There we go. Kervek the Punisher in. So, whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. So, what you do is, you go Scheming Symmetry. That's a crime. And then you go exile my Demonic Cancel, cast it. And then next turn you go like kill spell or like Withering Torment, your thing. Cast Scheming Symmetry for my graveyard using the Kervek. I'm not adding Opposition Agent. Opposition Agent's too strong. We're officially entering like bracket 4 kind of combos with Oppo Agent plus, especially with Dark Ritual in the deck. Like, too good. Too good. Too good and just not the play pattern this deck wants. This deck wants to use Ob to kill opponents. All right, I want to keep the additions. This is not a terrifying deck. This deck is so mid. It's sad. So we have a bunch of more additions. I think I want to focus on life gain. I don't know why the Changeling Outcast is here. I want to focus on life gain. Mindslaver is funny. What if we did Worst Fears instead and just forced them to tutor? That could be cool. So now we have the Worst Fears, Wishclaw. Now it's the time to add Wishclaw. Because Wishclaw is a combo with Worst Fears. Where you go Wishclaw you. Or Wishclaw, give it to you. Worst Fears targeting you. Then you Wishclaw for them, give it back to yourself. And then now you have another tutor to go get Scheming Symmetry. Like, this is a perfect late game card. Reanimate. This is just a good way to get Ob out of the graveyard. And we can go more Reanimatory if you want to make this a big demon deck again. But the thing is it's just going to be like Villa's Broker of Blood. I am a little concerned, though, actually, about your life situation. Valgavoth? Yeah, Valg. I'm worried about the life gain in this deck. So Valgavoth, Terror Eater, Villas, Entomb, which should be lower in price now because it got banned out of Legacy. It's not, but... let's just do Lively Dirge again. 3 mana Entomb isn't the best, but Buried Alive. Then we do Bone Shards, which lets you discard a card. And then Bitter Triumph. Vicious Battle Rager, you cannot tell me, is a half-decent card. This is not a half-decent card. Yeah, the Lively Dirge also just lets you put Bloodletter into play, which is broken. Very strong. All right, we have 16 more additions to work with here. Let's do Animate Dead. A Ravenloft Adventurer to counter Grave Strats. I would rather add a Bogart Trawler. Because you can get that off the scheme, or the Lively Dirge. The black Green Sun Zenith here. Oh. Let's add a Mind Stone. Keen Duelist. You just have a high mana value. Like, let's just go. Go ahead. Protection Racket. I don't like Protection Racket because it permanently exiles, and that feels really bad. In this deck specifically, where we don't have a lot of redundancy for some of our important stuff. Sandsport? I don't like Sandsport, I'm sorry. I would almost rather add Worn Power Stone to this deck. Off-Nat Goat is really funny. Toxic Deluge is funnier. Once again, though, how do we gain life here? I do not want to do Grey Merchant. Parker Luck. Yeah, Parker Luck's around. It's just ugly. It's fine. Let's just have the one Keen Duelist. We're okay. I want to gain life in this deck. This is just kind of turning into mono black slop. I don't know. It would be mono black slop if I had this is mono black reanimate. I don't know, dude. You're not allowed to go mono black slop. We're not running Grey Merchant. We're not running Torment. Yeah, mono black slop. Fucking worst fears. Get out of my chat. Get out of here. Don't give him his coat. Beat him to death. Tree of Perdition. That doesn't gain life. Whip of Erebos. We're getting there. We're getting there. Maybe Quarcy. You can entomb this and then put a flying or lifelink counter, right? There's also that one artifact that does it too. Scavenged Brawler. 4 counters, flying counter, vigilance counter, trample counter, lifelink counter. That's fun. Do we make enough mana for Exsanguinate? Points at Cabal Coffers. Points at Cryptghast. Anyway. Scepter of Eternal Glory, it's just expensive, and I don't want to increase the price of this deck, like, astronomically high. Is Kokocho still, like, $1 billion? I think the answer is yes, sadly. It's $20 if we get the okay from the deck builder, then I'm fine with adding this over Gary. And the reason why is that this does kill people. It doesn't kill people as hard as Gary does, though. Mask of Gristlebrand, it's in there, yeah. I guess that's fine. Kill my wallet. Understood. 07 soldier. I got you. Yeah, let's do Bloodthirsty Conqueror then. I wanted to add a Exquisite Blood kind of effect to this deck. Where just like, you lose 10 from Ob, I gain 10. Unfortunate to wallet. So I think our ramp is fine now. I want to kind of just move into 8 cards. That would be really funny. How can we recur Field of Ruin without running like a dead card like Unstoppable Slasher? I don't want to add combos like that to this deck. Once again, the main focus is Ob. Focus on Ob. So, Field of Ruin. How do we recur this without running a dead card like Crucible of Worlds? Prototype Portal Sculpting Seal Liquid Metal Coating combo. I don't think I'm going to be adding that to this deck. It's only for creature cards for black for putting stuff back on top, sadly. Mono black regrowths? There's no mono black regrowths except for the one portal card. I think we can just add more reanimates to this deck. Tavash, no, I'm not adding Tavash. That's just so not the point of the deck. Does Demo Field work? Demo Field does not work. It has the word May in it. Field of Ruin forces the search. Creeping Blood Sucker for cheap lifesteal? I don't like how slow it is. Any good Coiling Rebirth targets? Yeah, like Kokosho. Riot Stormcloak, by the way. Thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. If you got a sub from Riot Stormcloak, make sure to thank them. All right, so we're 92 cards in. We need 8 more additions. Petrified Field. I don't want to add more lands that are not swamps. You know what? I think we're fine. Let's just get a couple more reanimates in here. I think we're going to go Necromancy. Necromancy. Phyrexian Delver. And then also, by the way, Grim Servant is a Phyrexian Delver. And an Entomb. Because you can get Entomb or Reanimate. And then we're going to get... Then we're going to get Vile Entomber. Yeah, we can add more spot removal too. It's not very light. I think very light's a very strong thing to say. We can do Consuming Corruption though, which helps with life gain. Resurrection Orb, Just do like Soul Shatter. Just kind of a nice efficient card. Another discard outlet would be really good. Tortured Existence. It's so close to being good. Stinging Study. Stinging Study isn't bad. Scare Tiller. I'm fine. I'm looking for a discard outlet, really. Alright. Collective Brutality. Very good one. Discard a card, escalate. So you go, lose 2 life, I gain 2 life, kill your creature, or reveal your hand, I get your counterspell, -2/-2, and then I discard Valgavoth, and then I reanimate the Valgavoth, and you don't have a counterspell for me anymore. That's pretty good. Siphon Mage, Let's do Sangromancer. I'm generally not a fan of, like, Sangromancer, but, like, it does gain a lot of life, especially if you're forcing people to sack. And then we can just do, like, Make an Example is a fun inclusion. Right? You factor fiction everyone's boards. Divide your board in half, however you see fit. I pick the pile that you sack. And then Sangromancer triggers a bunch, you get a bunch of life, which offsets all the life loss that this deck is doing in order to get advantage. All right, let's play test. I'm going to not do a Soul Ring hand. Okay, drop. Field of Ruin. Next turn. Swamp, Keen Duelist. All right, reveal. You lose 3 life. I lose whatever card you reveal. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Here's Worn Power Stone. Next turn. You lose 4 life to Bloodletter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Next turn. You lose 0 life. Draw. Even if Bloodletter's removed here, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring back an Ob. Next turn, you lose 0. 1, reanimate Bloodletter. And then this is already 20 life loss with the fucking... Oh my god, you just kill someone. Field of Ruin you. You lose 20 life. Get a Swamp. 1, 2, 3. Mornsong Aria. Can't draw cards or gain life, everyone. Pass. Beginning of that player's upkeep. They lose 3 life. They search the library for a card. They lose another 10 life. And sack another creature. We don't draw this card. Instead, we tutor. Like, right? Like, this is just... someone would have gotten enchantment removal, let's be honest. But, like, that looked pretty good. That's a lot of life loss happening to at least one player. Like, you're killing someone that game. Swamp. Next turn. Swamp. 1, 2. Keen Duelist. Every opponent searches with field. True. Yeah, you're right. Each opponent would have lost 20 life there. I forgot how cards work. Let's Wayfarer's Bauble here. You lose 2 life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sangermancer, just hold up Defile. Defile your creature, gain 3 life. Swamp, swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ob. We could have probably weaved a Grieve somewhere. I don't think we could have, actually. Anyway, here's Ob. Next turn. Swamp. 1, 2, 3. Mornsong Aria. 1, 2. Sign in Blood, draw 2. Expedition Map. Next turn. Wait, don't play land drop. Expedition Map. Cabal Coffers. Ball Coffers land for turn. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 mana. 8. Worst fears you. 1, 2. Lightning Greaves on Ob. Like, insane. This is turn 7 worst fears. That's pretty good. We've done it. Sign in Blood before Arya. I see it. My fault. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Once again, just kind of pacing through that the play test there, but yeah, this is insane, right? Like, we're good. My last recommendation is if you really want to kill your wallet, instead of Sangermancer, run Shieldred. But Shieldred is expensive. If you don't want to buy a Shieldred, you can just run the Sangermancer to start off with and then trade for a Shieldred later or something. Sangermancer's a totally okay replacement for the meantime. Why not both? This one's better than the other one, and we don't really have a lot of space for both. But, all right. There you go. I think this is about good to go. And it's awesome. Mono Black Slop, by the way. From those playtests. Mono Black Slop. I can't believe that comment. Urza's Cave, Tutor Coffers. What I don't like about Urza's Cave is if you draw it while you already have coffers in play, you feel like a fucking moron. You feel like a turbo idiot. That's what I don't like about it. It's possible that because it's also a Field of Ruin deck to, like, win the game, like, you could go Urza's Cave. That's something to consider. It's not necessarily, like, I would not call this a no-brainer. There is downsides to running this card, especially without Urborg. Yeah, you can crack for Cottage too. I get it. It tutors lands. Yes. Understood. Listen to what I just said. If you already have Cabal Coffers out and you draw this card, you feel like a moron. Anyway. Deck's done. Hooray. Thank you for getting deck review. Ooh. Stretch. All right. All right, so we have new nouns here. Goodbye, Radstorm Cloak. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, new nouns. Sorry, I have to start the recording and everything. Okay, so we have new nouns here with Jared Carthalian. I think it's Carthalian, right, chat? Um, so let's read the blurb here. Sorry, I'm adjusting in my chair for the audio sounds awful. Architect categories clarify some land slots, including basic land cyclers and the case. Same thing on Moxfield if you prefer. Yep. Will you be present in the stream? I'll be present on stream. Okay, great. So, what's your deck's game plan and history with it? Wins with big mana to stupid commander grade BS across the rainbow. Charms fill in the gaps in the deck and give it a refreshing amount of interaction / incremental card draw to smooth out gameplay. Leans heavy into multicolor matters. And also kick people out the door to nothingness for funsies, or coalition victory is a treat. Nice. I do like a good door to nothingness game plan. Deck has a bunch of goldfishing, handful of games, one sum, even a few door kicks. Deck tends to be really dumb and doesn't start to be slow and a little clumsy, not catastrophically slow. What cards do you not want to see added? Cards that mostly support the large... Cards added must support the large elk companion. Makes sense. Cards added must be gold, unless it's specifically 5-color focus. Nothing like Sunburst, already cut engineered explosives. Spirit of Resistance is the best example of a 5-color focus non-gold card. Trying to embrace singleton-iness, not including samey cards, etc. Growth Spiral and Planar Genesis are both 2-mana value instants that spank a land into play. That's horrible verbiage. So only one of those. I'm not perfect about this, though. No more tutors. Wargate, Bring to Light, Pillage the Bog feel just right. All right, understood. No budget restrictions. No additional game changers. Okay. So. Oh, you're the... Okay, hang on. We're getting down to the blurb here, where it says, by the way, I'm the guy that suggested making the graveyard video. Signing up for one of these to say thanks. Some suggestions from the graveyard video ended up in another deck I'm actively developing. Sardar Jajari, thanks for the insights. Oh my god, you're in Boulder. That's cool. All right, so let's go through this deck, I guess. I kind of just want to playtest this because I'm not too familiar with this archetype. So let's give this a whirl, see how we feel, and then we can kind of just evaluate from what we see in the playtest. All right. Demir's Garden. Plains. Basic land cycling. And we're going to get Swamp here. All right, let's play... Case of the Shattered Pact. Get Island. One, two, three, four. Knights of New Alara. Next turn. Forest. Green, black, white, blue, red. Jared Carthalian. Trample Kavu, that's all colors. There are 5 or more colors among permanents you control. So this will be solved at the end step. And this is also an 8/8. Next turn. Bit of offerings, exile some stuff from graveyards. Look, it's Biome Chan, everyone. All right, Ancient Cornucopia. Probably just pass with Broker's Charm up. White, blue, 1. Draw 2 cards, gain 3 life. Feels pretty good. I think my first thought is like, do we have General Ferris? We do not have General Ferris. Okay, I do want to get General Ferris Rokuric in here. Like, this card's fucking sweet, right? In this deck. Whenever you cast a multicolor spell, you make a multicolored fucking golem. Did you not know about this card? This card's goated. $37 lands, by the way. This is a misnomer. This is not true. We have Case of the Shattered Pact and Land Cyclers. Like, these, enough Land Cyclers can count as lands. And I think we definitely hit the mark there. Can I be honest? Do you want to cut Coalition Victory? Like, this just doesn't feel like that fun. If you like it, then you like it. I'm not going to argue. I just do think it is like a little nothing burgery, you know? Look at my giant board with General Ferris Rokuric. Look at my, you know, like my fucking Maelstrom Angel. By the way, I just win. I let folks know I'm playing it and announce basic land so folks are not land types, so people are not blindsided. I imagine you didn't mean broadsided. Yes, my question is less, is it fair for your play group? Because that's not what I'm asking at all. My question is do you find it fun to cast and resolve Coalition Victory? If the answer is yes, then great. I won't touch on this topic anymore. If the answer is no, we can maybe add some different winning options for you. Have not won with it yet, but cut it if you're looking for slots. Listen, I would recommend winning with it a couple times, see how you feel. I want you to run Scion of Draco. I know it's not a multicolored card, but wait, you have Leyline of the Guild Pact already. You have a bunch of multicolored cards already. It's literally perfect. It cares about multicolored stuff. Each creature you control has Vigilance if it's white, Hexproof if it's blue, Lifelink if it's black, First Strike if it's red, and Trample if it's green. So yeah, domain matters, like chat's pointing out. Was on the fence about goldness, am convinced. Like, it's still like a gold themed card. Like, it's no different than Ramos being in here, or Timeless Lotus, which do have an ID of Wooburg or whatever, but they are, yeah, it's fun. It's such a cool card. It cares about multicolored stuff. It still fits the theme. Do we not run Omnath? Isn't Omnath just like fucking turbo busted in this deck? 4 mana because you pay 2 life. If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. At the beginning of your pre-combat man phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols in it, and then you get those mana symbols. Put in your hand. I did before he felt kind of mid. Okay, I'm just like imagining flipping like a monocolor card and that it feels kind of great, but if you've played it before and you didn't like it, then okay. Like, no way it's like worse than like some of these other cards are running. Let's see, how many targets does Niv have? I do like Niv, by the way, but Niv is bonkers. I agree if you have the support, but like you have Niv, you have Bring to Light. Yeah, it's probably fun. Worm Harvest is cute. I just don't know if we fill the graveyard hard enough. Hmm. It's tough because every single card in this deck is like just kind of good. I think it's like Binding the Old Gods feels a little slow. It ramps you on 5, which is like we're already like kind of cooking at that point. And then it's interaction, but all right, let's play test. Oh, so close to keepable. If I had one more real land, I would keep. You know what? We're in Commander. We draw. See, exactly. We're fine. The Serpent will buy us a lot of time here. Let's get a mountain. One, two, three, four. Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jared. Make a Kabu. Oh, look at that. We solved our case. Damn, the double strike on this card carries so hard, isn't it? It gives haste too, right? Flying double strike vigilance. Nah, it doesn't. Sad. Mountain Island. All right, take you for 10. It's vigilant. Draw 2 cards. Fabled Passage. Crack for Swamp. Make another Kavu. There's Aragorn. This is turn 7. So we should be doing something explosive here. Honestly, you just have so much interaction. Like, I don't know what people are supposed to do. I think Maestro's Charm is a little underwhelming, by the way. Does 5 damage, loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, or look at the top 5 cards. Like, we could probably do better than Maestro's, right? Especially, let's get another like 2 color thing for the Niv. Um, And then O-tag removal. Abrupt Decay wouldn't be the worst. Assassin Trophy. Feels pretty decent. I've not been a fan of Despark recently. Who else here has been like really down on Despark as of late? Never got the hype. I mean, it's fine. Call Despark a lot of things. You can't call it not okay. You know what I mean? It's certainly okay. Molten Collapse isn't the worst. But it works best with fetch lands and you don't have a lot of those, so. Could do like Rip Apart. I'm not a big fan of Rip Apart either. The sorcery does actually matter a lot. Maybe Stump Stomp. You know, I like Stump Stomp. That's a fun one. Works with Niv. It's just a nice fixing land. Bumps up your land count a little bit. So let's cut a couple cards for these. The Broker's Charm was fine that one game. I'm gonna recommend axing it though. Like I just like preferring 2 mana value things because they're not that much worse cards, or like 2-color things. And then read the description, by the way, Taichu, if you want to submit a deck. But I just like favoring Niv Mizzet when it's kind of just like a free ball to do so. Like I don't think Bant Charm over the Stump Stomp is really that big of a downgrade. You have Wreck and Rebuild. I'm gonna actually recommend Dire Strain Rampage as a ramp option. Is it the same land? Hang on. Otherwise, it's control my Citrus Library for a basic land card put on the battlefield, tap then shuffle, or 2 basic land cards. So yeah, you can get matching basics with this. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. If it was destroyed this way, its controller searches the library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, tap and shuffle. So it's removal, but it's also ramp if you blow up your own thing. Stump's not gold, though. Stump is... Oh, I see what you mean. I guess. Bummer. So we won't run Stump. There's still deck slots left for review. So you get a deck review for next week. You don't get it for the week that you buy it on. It's always for the week after. So if you get a deck review today, it'll be for next Tuesday's stream. Neither is Sign but Sense you correct. We can make... Yes, but so is Case. So is Timeless Solar. So is Store with Nothing. We're fine. It's okay. This is at least somewhat gold. I'm going to say like out Onsrog. The Onsrog asks for a lot of synergy, which we kind of just don't have for it. And it's not all 5 colors. It's not even 3 colors. Non-gold cards have to be multicolored focus. Understood. We got it. All right, discard. Draw. This hand is a little dangerous, but World Treat. General Ferris, of which we don't have the mana for, but we can go 1 red Kavu. There's Savai Triumph. So we have Mountain, Plain, Swamp. Mountain, Plain, Swamp. Swing. Discard a card if you do draw a card. Let's discard the Kami War, draw a card. Okay, that's a really good draw. Discard a card, draw. Okay, so we're missing our land drop, but we have a broken Faber or Elder in play. And then we can go red, white, 1. General Ferris. And then we can go green, white, red. So Naya. Man, we don't really have a lot to do with that, do we? Would something like Tam be okay? No, Tam isn't gold, right? It is the split border. Knight of Autumn? No. Uro's already in. I think that was just kind of a fluke game and less of the deck's fault. Maybe it is too expensive, though, in general. Blue, green. Swamp. So black, green, red, white, blue, Maelstrom Angel. And then do that again for Karth, or Jared, rather. Swing Maelstrom Angel, free cast Ramos. Actually, cast this after Ramos. Hooray. So, all out assault, Oko. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's an additional combat. Blow up another one of your things. If you are desperate, you can also go reset power and toughness, get blue, blue, white, white. Dovin's veto. Your board wipe or whatever. Like, this is turn 5. Like, this deck's doing okay. You're good. This is good to go. Thank you for getting a deck review. All right. Our last deck review. Well, unless Chef's here. Do we have Chef? Okay, does not appear we have Chef yet. So let's do this Gwen Stacy deck first. Another 1-3 with Ponza. Yeah, I don't like Ponza that much in Pauper. I've been very impressed with Terror variants, not Mono Blue Terror. Mono Blue Terror is fine. I do think that Dimir Terror, or Is It Terror, is like, honestly has an edge that I kind of appreciate in certain matchups. Anyway. Next up, we have Gwen Stacy. This is an Exile-matters list that feels like way too slow when I play it at my LGS. I play a lot of bracket 3 games. It says, by the way, to just do this deck review and then watch it later. So hello, Chris. Yeah, I recorded the last one. And I recorded this one too. I like that I could go to the big beater path with Ghost Spider, but not sure what direction to go other than winning through combat. No real restrictions other than maybe no more than $100 in extras. Just want to find better ways to close out games against the pod faster. So great news. Cast from Exile has been super supported over time. You already have Passionate Archaeologist. You already have Keeper of Secrets. We can't run Atali, sadly, which is one of the best of these effects. Like, you have this Atali. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you Arena of Glory. This will make a Atali kind of impression. Also, Lightning Greaves are in order instead of Swiftfoot. The one equipped is just killer. We have Interdimensional Web Watch, by the way. I am a big fiend for Displacer Kitten. Just saying. Displacer Kitten, you cast a spell from Exile. Interdimensional Web Watch, untap. Cast more spells from Exile, right? And then you can keep getting 2 mana every single time you do that. So I'm going to argue we go a little bit lighter on creatures because of this then. So I like Pia. I like Spider-Man. Whoa, raid. By whom? Uno MTG with 22 viewers. Thank you so much. We're looking at this Gwen Stacy commander deck sent in by a viewer. If you want to get a deck review, Erasmus here will put the link in chat and all that. Party Thrasher, hang on. Before additions, once again, let's focus on cuts. I know I got a little ahead of myself, but let's focus on cuts first. You gain 2 life. This feels a little slow. Every other turn you get to cast from exile, Modified, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. What are we modifying and how? Put a counter on Ghost Spider. Like, it's okay. Draw a card. I think we have enough advantage. Archaeomancer, I'm a little iffy on without, like a wizard cycling package and the ephemerates and all that. Feels just a little too slow, for what Displacer Kitten is also trying to do. Has Cascade. Sure. Okay. So, I want to add more spells and cut a couple lands. So I think what we're going to do is go out Rogue's Passage, just kind of too expensive to activate. Kind of hard to use on anything except for Ghost Spider, I guess. Island out, Plains out. And then we can do, is MDFC minus type creature, type land. So now we're looking at all non-creature ones. I think Legion Leadership's pretty good. Double creature's power against first strike. Tajiri's Shelter to protect Gwen Stacy. Probably Sinkin is stupid. It is a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. It's just a very strong card. Unstable Amulet was about to be one of my additions, yeah. Unstable Amulet's so good. The fact that it cycles itself and then it's just an impact tremors for your spells that you cast from exile is actually super valuable. I love that it just cycles itself. It's very nice. So Unstable Amulet's in here. I wonder if we do like Virtue of Courage now. So hear me out. We don't have rituals or anything, but Virtue of Courage, you cast a spell from exile, Unstable Amulet pings all your opponents, and then you get 3 more cards to look at. I think that might be worth it. And then it's just a shock. Like, it's a bad shock, but, you know, you're able to remove something. Can't play Amulet without Ramfrafter and Guide of Souls, right? Dude, not even the modern decks played those. Like, Boros Energy doesn't even play Unstable. It was played in Storm for a little bit and then fell off the face of the earth. The place where it is played very frequently is actually Food Chain. Food Chain and Legacy. Yeah, Amp got banned, but they never, ever, ever, ever played Unstable Amulet besides, like, the first week. Jeskai Ascendancy could be fun. It could be fun. Pinnacle Monk. It's okay. I'm gonna say out Austere Command. If we had a Wimmerland, I'd want it to be Glasspool Mimic. Creative Technique. That one's pretty fun. I'm trying to think of what blows me up all the time in my friend Christian's deck. He has a Cascade deck. That's Maelstrom Wanderer. And most of the time it's overruns and tokens. Yeah, we can add Sundering. I don't know if I like the Experimental Augury here, by the way. I did not notice how weak our removal was going here. Let's do swords. Oh, hi. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Like, we can just add swords to plowshares. It's a nice, cheap, efficient card, you know. I kind of like what it does here. Stroke of Midnight for removal. Nah, I don't like it. Let's add Coveted Jewel. We have Displacer Kitten. Let's get a little silly with it, right? Paradox. When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this creature does 3 damage to any target. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Flaming Tyrannosaurus. Alright, draw. Plains. Next turn. Control plains. Belwar Stone. 1/2. Exile the top card of our library. Surveil. Top. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will draw 3 cards? 5 cards. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move to discard. Here's turn 7. Why did I discard all of my untapped lands? I need one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with Calamity. So. Well, let's shuffle first, but. So, okay, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. 5, 6, 7. Keep going. Alright, I'm stopping now. No more, no more. So the rest of these are just exiled forever. But we can go Amazing Acrobatics, tap 2 of your creatures, Swan Song it. Or no, yeah, Swan Song it. That is 2 counters on Gwen. You find some prisoners, destroy your artifact, exile the top 2 cards of our library, you can play those until the end of our next turn. Wan Shi Tong. Yeah, I'm thinking Delayed Blast would be very good. It's already in. Monk class I'm a little bit more iffy on. It just takes a lot to kind of make that work. Yeah, like I think the exiling is like a little bit inconsistent here. So Chromatic Lantern out. I think we just have too much ramp. I think we're more of a curve deck. I think some amount of ramp is good because we do have like really expensive spells. But it shouldn't be more than Felwar Stone Arcane Signet. So exile, play cards, and then Sword Envy. Commune isn't a bad idea. Inti. I like Inti. It also works with counters. Magmatic Channeler's fine. Party Thrasher is probably better. Bergie with the fucking Horn of Harnfell. And then final one, Invasion of Kaldheim. Right. Exile your hand, then draw that many cards. You can play the exiled cards. And then whenever you discard a land card, exile top card of your library, you may play that card this turn. Okay, and then honestly, like probably a not a mana geyser, but a seething song would probably go a long way here. Right. I would keep this. We have to do the Displacer Kitten combo. So Scalding Tarn, get a Surveil land. Let's get Thundering Falls. Let's play Legion Leadership here, actually. Unstable Amulet. Exile the top card of our library. It's Bergie. Oh my god, chat. 1, 2, 3. Play Bergie. Next turn. Oh my god, I love you, Moxfield. Turn over. Interdimensional Web Watch. Exile top 2. We can play Blasphemous Act and Wild Magic Sorcerer until our next turn. So, next turn. Add 2 mana of any one color. 1, 2. No. We need to go Displacer Kitten here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Alright, well, let's just develop the Wild Magic Sorcerer then. When Stacy tried to hit her land drop. Ooh. Ooh. Nope. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm seeing that a lot of our spells are just too expensive. And this also makes our dance better. If we lower the mana curve of the deck, our Dance with Calamity becomes a lot better. So I think I'm just going to do that. This is a cheap spell. I know it looks expensive, but it's actually cheap because it's 2 mana. Sage. Now Fenshi's fine. Okay, so honestly, maybe like Ponder, Preordain, and stuff. I'm keeping Coveted Jewel because it's a combo with Displacer Kitten. Of course I am. Ponder, Preordain, Brainstorm. All right, playtest. Discard. Draw. Face Magic or Blazing Crescendo? No. Get Steam Vents. Party Thrasher. You know, our pre-combat main phase, we discard a card. Goodbye, Tabled Passage. Exile top 2. Pick one. This one. Why did we just... No, both of these intertapped anyway. Survey 1. Top. Oh, they have Convoke. Hang on. We can cast this. We're good. All right. You may discard a card. Supreme Rare Deck. Exile top 2. Choose one. You may play that card this turn. Let's choose... Yeah. Quarry Mountain Monastery. Wild Magic Sorcerer. This exiles the top card of our library. Puts it in our graveyard. Next turn. Desk as well. Let's discard Greaves. Windswept Teeth. Exile top card. Coveted Jewel. Yes, please. Hollowed Fountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coveted Jewel. Great news, everyone. That has Cascade. Interdimensional Web Watch. This resolves first. Exile top 2 cards. Both lands. Okay, fine. Coveted Jewel enters. Draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Laelia. Next turn. Hit our land drop. Surveil 1. When Stacy exile top card, Sundering Eruption. Sundering Eruption, your shit can't block this turn. Swing. Expressive Iteration. Second main phase, 1, 2. Expressive Iteration. Put Soul Ring in hand. Reckless Impulse on bottom. Exile Plains. Soul Ring. Jeska's Will. 1, 2, 3. We should have cascaded there. Like, we're going ham here. Oh, look. Add 2 mana of any combination of colors. And we have a bunch of red mana floating. Take your pick. Eat your heart out. Wow. Really good. I think this is good to go. Very impressed. All right. Final ask for Chef. Do we have Chef here? If not, it's okay. We can schedule you for future. All right. Doesn't appear we have Chef, guys. So YouTube, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for stopping by and watching and all that.